Oh my God. Everything's about to change. And you know what? I have to say, someone tried to spoil the album cover for me. And if that's what the album cover is, I'm gonna be really pissed. Now what? Now what? Oh my God, wait, this wasn't the cover that I saw. Oh my God, I didn't get the cover spoiled. It was AI. It was AI. Oh my God. Oh my God. The life of a showgirl. Limited edition releases. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this? A disc with a collectible disc art insert, 12 tracks. 12 tracks mentioned. Oh my God, Bulletproof Max Martin. Actually romantic song title engraved on the front. Actually romantic? Now, what? Where? Incense that. Oh my God, we have a track list. 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 Oh my God, this cover is a gag. 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 I'm gagged. Oh my God, wait. What is she lying on? This is crazy. It's bejeweled, but oh my God, wait, this looks exactly like one of the concepts that I came up with for Torture Poets. First of all, mug, face, beat, hair, face to the gods. Okay, we need to see the back though, because I really need to see this goddamn track list. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The fate of Ophelia, no, not the drowning girl. Elizabeth Taylor, Burton to this Taylor, Opalite, father figure, eldest daughter, ruin the friendship. I think that's a Demi Lovato song. Actually romantic, wish list with Kesha dollar signs, wood, canceled, honey, and the life of a showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my. She looks on the back of this album. So I think, is it a concept album? That's really what it's all signs are pointing towards that. I'm like choking, I can't breathe. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Stay calm. Stay calm. Everybody relax. This wasn't the leak that I saw, and I am so grateful for that. Whoa. The font looks a lot better in the context of the record, and I love the orange glitter. This is everything to me. This is everything to me. Oh my God. 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 Okay, wait. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God. Oh no, this isn't real. It's giving elevated showgirl. It's Jesus was seen. Jesus was seen. Send it to me, Rachel. Oh my God. This is the photo that I saw. This is the blurred out photo that I saw that people were like, this is the album cover. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, what am I going to do? What wig am I going to wear? We need to do track list analyzations at a different time because I presume October 3rd. October 3rd. I cheered. Oh my God, you guys don't know how much I prayed for October 3rd. October 10th, I'm supposed to be in India for my best friend in the whole world's wedding. And I was thinking that I would have to cancel it and not be able to go. And now here I am. I'll be in my studio. I'll be in Singapore. I'm not going to be in Ireland. I'm not going to be in London. This is the best possible release date I could have had. Okay. Jesus was seen. Jesus was seen. I saw him.
Why are you coming on the show? Why me Heights? What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh,
There's
we're
so
wondering.
many better things to do with your time.
This
We're
podcast
wondering.
has done a lot for me. I owe a lot to this podcast. This podcast got me a boyfriend. Ever
So
since Travis
true.
decided to use it as his personal dating app about 2 years ago. So
She gagged.
this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager.
Yeah, and I was sitting there
To
at the
stand
Air
back
School
where you
listening to
stood,
every
I
single one of those
wish
songs,
you
like,
would.
I know
Exactly.
what she wants
That's
me
what
to
I
do.
wanted to say.
I feel that. Like a guy goes up there and professes his love for
What's wrong with
you.
being
It's
crazy,
either
Jason?
one, it's like this could be the most romantic thing in the world. It
What's
can
wrong
also
with
be
being
like
crazy
this
about
is
somebody?
He is crazy, Jason.
I mean, but there's a right crazy.
Yeah, he's the good kind of crazy. And I knew that he wasn't
She knows about
crazy
the
the
bad
first
kind.
couple of times. You were
She's
not
like, I can't
judgmental about the
relate.
fact that I knew nothing about the world you were in. You,
Oh, it was the best.
See?
you were nice. You were
You hear? She's saying I didn't know anything about it. I had to learn it all for you. There you go. There you go. I was right. as usual.
Taylor reclaiming her masters. Her recording of her first 6 albums finally became hers.
Yep.
And you haven't really talked about it. You made that beautiful post on all your social channels, thanking everyone that made it happen and everything. But why don't you tell the 92%ers how it really felt?
Oh my God.
So to catch anyone up who doesn't know about this saga, like I signed a record deal when I was 15. I've always wanted this to happen. So it's been sold. My music has been sold a few times. The first time that it was sold, it really ripped my heart out of my chest. And I started basically defiantly re-recording my music because I wanted to own it. And this was the only way I thought it was ever going to happen. And so
I knew she had a bad kid, and she's got a little bit of a bad kid.
Yeah,
it's not a bad kid. That's a freaking savvy kid. That's what that is. That's like, hey.
Both of you, shut
up.
I've
been defiant a lot of times.
The queen is speaking. Silence, beasts.
Insubordinate, Travis.
Be quiet.
I thought about not owning my music every day. It was something that I never was. It's like an intrusive thought that I had every day. And so we do the Eras tour.
Don't make me cry.
After the Eras tour,
I
decided that rather than this be like a business conversation, I'm in the business of human emotion.
Yes, you
much
are.
Rather
yes,
lead
the fuck
heart
you
first
are
in something like this, because for me, this is not. Oh, I wanna own this asset. I want it because this is my handwritten diary entries from my whole life. These are the songs I wrote about every phase of my life. This is my photography, my music videos, my most of which I funded. You know, my artwork, everything that I've ever done is in this catalog. And so rather than send lawyers or management like in a big crew, I sent my mom and my brother, who I work with, to LA, and they they sat down and they this happens. I don't ever really talk about it because it's
I'll cry.
They sat down with Shamrock Capital, and they told them what this meant for me. Like, this is they told them the whole story of all the times we've tried to buy it, all the times it's fallen through, all the times we had gotten plans together and figured out something we thought was going to work and it didn't at the last minute. And so like my mom calls me afterwards. She's like, look, you know, they were wonderful. They heard us out. We have no idea which way they're going to go with this. And so I was like, I get it. I haven't gotten my hopes up about this in a decade.
Stop.
And so it was a couple months after the Super Bowl. We're in Kansas City. And I get a call from my mom, and she's like, you got your music. And so sorry that it's literally been so long since this happened. Like, it's every time I talk about it. She was like, you got your music. And I just very dramatically hit the floor, for real. Like, honestly, just started
a long time coming.
bawling my eyes out. And I'm just like, just weeping and kind of like unable. I was just like, really? Really? What do you mean? And I'm like, get yourself together, get your shit together. Like, just go tell Travis in a normal way.
Yeah.
And I knock on the door. He's playing video games. And I'm trying to say it in a normal way. And I'm just like, Travis!
Like, oh no, what just happened? And
he's like, he like puts his headset down. He's like, guys, gotta go. And I think you thought something was wrong. And you come up and I'm just like, I got all my music back. And then just start absolutely heaving,
just dead weight, losing
dropped,
all control,
had no power in my legs to support myself.
Oh my God.
And
how many people
this changed my life. I can't believe it still. Every time I think about it, it's like I have to tell the short version to everyone, because it is still like this will affect the rest of my life. I think about this every day now, but instead of it being like an intrusive thought that hurts me, it's, I can't believe this happened. Like, how lucky am I? How grateful am I? I'm so grateful to like the artists that helped me with my re-records, because when I did my re-records, I started doing those in 2021. Mm-hmm. And a lot of most of the
really
industry
trying hard not
trades
to,
were
sob,
like, this is a bad idea.
Live.
This is her. sort of derailing her career in a way. Nobody's interested in you doing the same album twice. Fans are not going to be engaged with this.
What do you mean?
This is not going to go well for her.
Somebody knew though.
This is like my whole life.
I still was able to like reach out to friends of mine, like Phoebe Bridgers, Keith Urban, Maren Morris, Chris Stapleton, you know, Haley Williams from Paramore, Fall Out Boy, like all these absolutely incredible artists that like shape who I am as an artist. Yeah. And they like agreed to be a part of the re-records. And I like, you know, one of the only people I told before this happened was like, I called Phoebe Bridgers and I was just like, and she's like, I think you just, did you just say what I think you said? I was like, yeah. And so this has just been like, it was just, I'm so grateful for it. It's just unbelievable. And I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, I
love her so much.
Yeah, I mean, I started crying too. You know,
you were weeping.
I was just so happy for you because I've seen,
we're all
weeping.
Seen
how you make music. I've seen for, you know, your first 6 albums, you weren't given the rights to all of that. Mm-hmm. And I know what that looked like. And I know how much it burns you that you didn't have that and you didn't have your creation.
That ain't right.
And I think doing it the right way.
Do you think it was easier for you to do one, because just you talking about this, you're so aware of the business side of this and the legal ramifications, like you're more aware than I think probably most artists are. But being
woman in the world,
it's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Being a songwriter,
Travis,
her boyfriend.
Smartest woman in the world.
I love you, Travis. Mouth kissy, but respectfully.
And the fans got behind that narrative, and they're
like,
screw the first album. We're rolling with the re-recorded album because we're supporting the artist.
They were like, we ride at dawn, like, right. and it was amazing because you know they're the reason why the re-records worked out. Yeah. They're the reason I was able to purchase my music back because they came to the Eras tour, and basically they're the reason why any of this worked out. And I also want to note
I've been missing
that, like,
the fans,
the other people who are like, we ride at dawn. My live band, they played.
Paul Sidoti mentioned.
It's like, you want to know why they sound so perfect on the Eras tour? They played. They played
why they
on all
sound
those
so
records.
perfect
like their
on the Eras tour.
Too.
You notice, not on the re-recordings.
That's how good they are, and I'm so impressed just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly. Because there are actually there's the Taylor's versions one. I kind of prefer a lot of that stuff. I think it sounds incredible, but I'm happy to have all of it.
What?
So that leads
prefer?
Me to the next question, Tay.
Okay,
now you own all.
Tasteless. Tay.
The recordings. You have the original recordings. What should we listen to? Like, what do I roll?
Oh,
in? Does it matter? You're just like whatever you guys want.
Like, it's really whatever you guys want. Because I
period.
Both of them, I would not have put out the re-records if I didn't think that they held up or were better. I think a lot of the vocals I did on the re-record.
Now, okay, revisionist historian. Okay, style better
or better than the originals.
Ooh.
Okay,
but it's like if you found a nostalgia in the originals. And that was what you were listening to.
If you found a nostalgia,
bopping around in your bedroom, go crazy.
Yeah,
we got my life.
I'm gonna start doing comparisons. That's what I got to do. I just got to start doing comparisons.
Yeah,
you're gonna listen to every beat.
Yeah.
You're certainly. It's not mandatory, Jason.
You laugh, like but we do.
I'll say this,
and so it's you can really go for it with the puns. You go. Are you ready for it?
Are you ready?
Question. No.
Flower song. Is
no more of this.
That's horrible. It's a loaf story. Baby, just say yeast.
Just say yeast.
Oh
yeah.
No. Okay. What's so this is why we don't do podcasts.
She said no, it's horrible.
Next.
Loafing him was bread.
Next.
You don't know that song, and that's okay.
I love you.
It wasn't.
He doesn't know Red. Oh my God! Jail.
So,
jail.
And I'm a real constructive criticism guy. Like, give me constructive criticism all day.
Coach
I will
me
take
up.
it.
Period.
Coach me up.
It'll fuel me.
Exactly,
it's helpful, right?
Yep.
And
this is why she's the fucking diva.
Friends or acquaintances or people were like, they'll see one comment they don't like,
right,
and it will ruin their day. It'll ruin their night. Like, and I just want to say to them, like, you should you should think of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's like a luxury item.
Ooh.
Not everyone can afford it.
Yep. She's a genius.
Not everyone has invested in you in order to be able to have the capital for you to care about. She's operating on a
different level of humanity.
Because like what you spend your energy on, that's the day.
And it's so true.
Right? Like it doesn't matter where you were. Like maybe you went to go get coffee today. Maybe you saw friends today. If you were obsessing over one thing that you saw,
it's hard to derail
like you
me with one
literally
comment
like
these days.
saw some guy call you mid. And you can't stop thinking about it.
No, he did not.
You can't stop thinking about it, dude. That's the day then. That's the night then. And so I've been able to sort of mediate a really healthy relationship with not seeing a whole lot.
To what you just said too.
She should be. It wouldn't be possible.
Social media expounds all of this because everybody knows if they say one thing, but all of a sudden if they put Taylor Swift attached to it, it's going to get 1,000 more retweets and likes and hate comments or love comments or whatever.
Is power, I guess, unless all of your information is geared towards you thinking that everything is about you.
But what if it is?
You know, no, not everyone is ever thinking about one person all the time at any point.
To be fair, a lot of people are thinking about Taylor Swift. If your algorithm is giving you either criticisms of yourself or adulation or praise, you're creating an ecosystem in which you're the centerpiece of the table. And I just don't think that's healthy. Like that's not the way I want to move through the world. So I do detach from the internet in a huge way. Like I'm just not, I have had my comments disabled on Instagram for like 10 years now. You know what I have to say is that she has a really interesting relationship to social media. And I truly do believe her that she does not like linger in the comments. She's not online looking at stuff. And that is the smartest way to be because she needs to protect her like creative energy. And that can really get ruined and spoiled by these things that she's talking about. So I think it's a great idea for her to not be on it. And she also mentions here that seeing a lot of adulation is not good either. Being the center of the universe in your algorithm is bad for your everything. So I think it's very interesting that she doesn't, or that she tries to decenter herself. And I feel like you can really tell that since the Eras Tour. Like she was kind of just rocking around and doing the Eras Tour at the same time. It wasn't like she was so present. You know, it's giving bangers.
I love music. I would be playing shows. I'd do like 3 shows in a row. I'd have 3 days off. I'd fly to Sweden, go back to the tour, and actually like working on this. I was physically exhausted at this point in the tour, but I was so mentally stimulated and so excited to be creating. And this is...
And literally living the life of a showgirl.
I'm just living that life. That's why I called it that. Nailed it. So
it is kind of about the
You want to see the back cover?
Yes. I would love to see all of it, yes.
The back cover is where we find the 12 tracks from the 12.
12 tracks?
Wow.
Bangers.
I don't love the font. I really don't love
What are they?
So we got track 1, The Fate of Ophelia.
Okay.
Track 2.
That's ominous.
I was going to say, do you know what Fate of Ophelia is?
Okay. Stop interrupting. This is where the men be quiet.
I don't want to get Jason all riled up.
Yeah. Silence.
We can just go through the track.
Okay. Yeah.
Track 2, Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
Now,
you know who Elizabeth Taylor is?
You better.
I'm just kind of following.
Enough.
Along.
Yeah.
All right.
He's saying
track 3, Opalite.
Opalite.
Oh.
You know what Opalite is, Jason?
Why? Can we stop asking me?
Okay, I'm done. I'm done asking Jason.
Shut up. He's like, I hate this structure of the conversation.
A lot about this album, and I'm excited.
Okay.
Track 4, Father Figure.
Father Figure. All
Track
right.
5, Eldest Daughter.
Okay.
Favorite daughter.
Track 6, Ruin the Friendship.
Ooh.
Track 7, Actually Romantic.
Now that is going to gag.
Track 8,
I wonder who that's
Wish List with $2 signs as the S's.
It's Kesha.
Just thought I'd point that out.
There we
Grammatical
go.
flourish.
Is that about
Track
being a billionaire?
9, Wood.
Wood.
Nice. That is the most
Track 10.
That is the most
Canceled.
I'm sorry. Wood is the most random Taylor Swift song title ever. Idgeball. Wood. Okay, aluminum.
But it's in all caps with an exclamation point at the end.
Oh,
That's a banger.
Track 11, Honey.
honey.
And can you do drum roll? Last track, track 12, the title track, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter!
No screaming. Stop it! Stop the screaming.
That's awesome.
So that's
Look
that.
at this.
Sabrina collab.
And so
That's
then
Showgirl.
That is a showgirl.
we
Yes,
got
it
this
is.
orange vinyl
And it's orange.
here. Yeah,
Beautiful.
It is. And it's sparkly.
I love that the
Entering
orange is an
the new
accent
era.
color, not the main
Sparkly.
color.
It's very
Orange
nice.
and teal.
So
It actually,
what is
I like the color scheme.
significance of the color orange? Why orange?
I've just always liked it, Jason. It really.
She's like,
it really
karma
feels
truthers,
like-
I will end you.
I don't know.
Okay.
It feels like
It's
it
over
feels
for
like
you.
kind of energetically how my life has felt. And this album is about what was going on behind the scenes in my inner life during this tour, which was so exuberant and electric. And,
Oh, she's reflecting
and
on
vibrant.
fame.
And, you know, one of the things about this record is like, it's a record I made with my mentor, Max Martin, and Shellback. And the three of us have made some of my favorite songs
My
that I've
mentor
ever
that I haven't spoken to
done
in
before.
8 years.
Which ones, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, they were my main collaborators on the Red album. We did We Are Never Getting
That's
Back
not
Together,
true.
I Knew You Were Trouble, 22.
Maybe it is actually.
Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Wildest
Oh,
Dreams.
hell yes.
You know, ready for it.
So that's
And
the
None
to
energy
Jack
we're
Hills.
going with. Yes, I understand why it's
None
orange
to Jack
now.
Hills.
Okay.
So yeah, we've made songs that I'm so proud of.
There's gonna be some fucking bangers. Yes, I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, it's
Yeah,
12.
it's like that. And so basically, we've never actually made an album before where it's just the three of us. There's no other collaborators. It's just the three of us making a focused
Bulletproof fucking
album
pop.
where I mean
Bulletproof
it felt like catching lightning in a bottle, honestly.
Yeah.
We hadn't worked together in like 7 or 8
Gag.
years.
Oh my God.
And
This feeds.
they're just
awesome.
they're just something. There's something about them. These guys,
They
like
are.
they're just geniuses in
Mhm.
Yeah.
in different avenues in different ways. And we kind of I'm gonna put it down.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I've just
Travis,
I've just
hold it.
never like this. Today's the first day I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? I'm
It's
just like
gorgeous. And she's
Yeah.
perfect.
Travis is just gonna cradle it the whole
And she's
time.
Don't drop
perfect.
the baby.
She's
I would not
perfect.
drop this baby.
So it's like working with them again was absolutely incredible. And actually, when I was on tour in Stockholm, I had Max Martin come out to the show, and I was talking to him, and I was like, I just feel like we could just knock it out of the park if we went back in and we did this all in Sweden. And it was just us three.
So this is why
Like,
he had no time to
I
be doing
wanna-
the Taylor's version.
I essentially said to him, I want to be as proud of an album as I am of the Eras tour, and for the same reasons, you know?
Okay.
And he was like, do you understand what kind of pressure that is? I was like,
It's
yeah.
Why
like,
would you? Yeah, we can try.
let's
So
go.
your entire
do this.
career, got it. Yeah, we can do that in one album.
Let's do it.
Well,
And
okay.
So it's like, you know, I spent time in the time that we were off doing different projects, and he and Shellback were doing different things, and I was making albums that were a little bit more esoteric, like folklore.
She's so hot.
She's saying I'm back. She's
You
saying
know
I'm
what
back. The
esoteric
bitch is
means.
back.
First
The
person.
blonde
Exactly,
bombshell
exactly.
pop
Wait, what?
superstar sensation is back.
He knows what that means. He
What does
pretends he doesn't know
esoteric
what
mean?
these words mean, but he knows what they
Esoteric
mean.
means for a specific following, like a specific
Okay, shut
genre of
up,
people.
Travis. Enough.
He knows what it means.
Okay.
He's
I don't
doing.
know
He
that.
does like a pretty. I don't know what it means thing, but he knows all the words.
The
He knows what
interjections
they
need
mean.
to end.
I was like,
Esoteric.
I made a few records that were a bit more like specific in their sound or whatever, like Folklore, Evermore. Those were a little bit more like alt folk kind of leaning, and just
Mhm.
kind of exploring and trying to challenge myself as a writer. And I feel like both Max and Shellback did that too in their own ways, going out into the world. And by the time we came back together, I feel like we had so much more dexterity to what we do. And it's almost like we'd all grown up so much. Like Shellback and I were both in our early 20s when we started working together. the
More
three of us.
dexterity
And
than
so
when
it
you
was
did
very much like we were
1989. Hold the damn
ingenues, and
phone.
Max was the mentor, and this was the time where it felt like all three of us in the room were carrying the same weight as creators. And
So
it
cool.
was
Well,
really
she's a
special.
producer.
It like meant the world to
She's
me
a
to have
producer. I
this
don't know that
creative
she was a
experience
producer
where,
in
like,
1989.
we knew that we had to bring the best ideas we've ever had.
Yeah.
And
Oh, this is a gag.
I also know
It's
the pressure I'm
short,
putting on
so
this
it's a fucking
record by
gag.
saying that, but I don't care because I love it that much. And I'm
Confident.
so proud of it. And it just comes from like
You
the
see how
most
she puts her full chest into everything?
infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place
That's what we need.
I was in my life.
Yeah.
And
Gimme!
so that effervescence
Gimme!
has come through on this
Gimme!
record. And like, as you said,
gimme.
and we were
Money,
just like,
please.
there's no other songs coming. It's not like with Torture Poets Department.
There's
I
no
was
other
like,
songs
here's a data
coming.
dump of
12
everything I
bulletproof
thought
songs.
felt
Madeline predicted
lot
this
of
song
songs
for
on
her
that.
story.
in
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. Here's
did.
31
Short
songs.
tie
This is
album,
12.
pop.
There's not a 13th. There's not a 4th. There's not other ones coming. this is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time.
Yup. You see how she metabolizes criticism.
Where do we start? I don't know where to start. You gave us a lot of information right there.
But the photos are done by Mert and Marcus, who are two of my favorite photographers. The last time
they did Reputation,
the only time I worked with them for an album cover shoot was with Reputation, with that album. And I loved what they did with those photos. So I called them up for this one. And I'm so happy with the way that the photos came out for this one.
They look
And it just basically was like, I was so proud of the
so
music,
gag is that I gave this kind of an idea in my TTPD
from a creative standpoint that I was just like, all hands on deck. We're going all out. This is a full send. Like, I care about this record more than I can even overstate.
It's so much fun. And I mean, I understand what she's saying. I've been fortunate enough to hear every single song on here, so I know they're all 12 bangers. It's a lot more upbeat, and it's a lot more like fun pop, like excitement. And
I think am ready
that's a completely
to hear that.
I think it's a complete 180 from a lot of the songs on Torture Poets for sure.
Oh yeah,
and it's just,
life is more upbeat.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It probably. Do you find that your albums mimic everything that's happening in your personal life?
Yeah, like, definitely.
Your genres
that's her whole
that you've done are like so wide spanning between like country, pop, and then like it can get. I don't even know. Torture Poets. It was like so cathartic. It felt like for you probably to write those songs and to release all that.
Definitely.
And it was like,
I have different goals with different albums. And Torture Poets Department, my goals were strictly lyrical. Like, I
felt
love
like every song was a poem.
Oh, and I love that album so much from that perspective. That was strictly what I was trying to accomplish there, was just really a full catharsis. And I loved to embrace the mess of writing from that perspective, of the rawness of that. This, I have a totally different set of goals. I always try to do something completely different if that's what I'm feeling at the moment. And I was feeling a complete pivot at this point in time. And I wanted the album to feel the way my life felt. And this completely matches the way that my life has felt.
Exuberant, fun, upbeat.
And I also wanted it to be just every single song is on this album for hundreds of reasons. You know, and you couldn't take one out and it be the same album. You couldn't add one.
Front to back, baby.
Just right.
Front
and
to back.
That focus and that kind of discipline with creating an album and keeping the bar really high is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time.
Are you hearing this?
I tend to love to write lots and lots of music. So it's a temptation to release lots of music.
Sure.
I wanted to do an album that was so focused on quality and on the theme and everything fitting together like a perfect puzzle.
This is why Taylor Swift is a fucking great artist.
These 12 songs for my 12th album, I feel like we achieved that. And I'm really happy about that.
So you mentioned a couple of things there. First,
I'm really happy about that too.
The theme of the album, if you would describe it as one like theme, if that's possible.
I would say it's everything that was going on behind the curtain.
Okay.
Behind the curtain.
What are the goals? You said something like what would be like your main goals with this album?
My main goals were melodies that were so infectious.
Bulletproof pop. Oh my God. The life of a showgirl is finally here. And I am completely overwhelmed by the deluge of information that I received from that live stream. I am not used to seeing Taylor Swift in such an unvarnished setting, but we have some things that we need to get into, like very top level stuff that I want to dissect before, I do my deep dive into the album with Madeline for the podcast. First of all, no Jack Antonoff. No Jack Antonoff. That is a very interesting decision to make, especially when the album that this one seems to be mirroring the most is 1989. Him being left off of this record really signals to me something that is so important about Taylor Swift's artistry, which is her response to criticism. And this is a conversation that I have been having for a very, very long period of time. Most recently, I've been talking about how a lot of people in the industry have become resistant to constructive criticism and don't like to take it anymore. Now, the thing about Taylor Swift is that the evolution of her craft and her artistry depends on whether or not she is able to evolve based on the constructive criticism she has received. Every single album that she has created has been created in response to to her criticism she received of her prior work. For example, the overall message of Reputation was that it was too dark and it was too heavy and it didn't have enough of classic quintessential Taylor Swift character in it. So she pivots and does an album called Lover, where she writes a bunch of romantic love songs, which is what she was known and loved for. She was kind of accused of appealing to a children's market after she made Lover, of making soulless bangers. And instead, what did she do? She went back to the drawing board, made Folklore and Evermore to prove that she still had the songwriting chops that people had really started to forget that she had after Reputation and Lover. Then people were saying, where's the pop diva? Where's the pop memento? So Midnights came around. The main critique of Midnights was that it was a little surface level. It was kind of shallow. It didn't contain any of her really kind of 24 karat plated Taylor Swift songs. So what did we get? We saw that she was being vague and evasive. What did we get? The most direct to camera album she's ever created with the Tortured Poets Department. Let me tell you everything that I have to say with no varnish at all. And what was the main critique of the Tortured Poets Department? Too much unfiltered commentary, too many lyrics, too many songs, trying to make too much work at once, not having a quality control or a filtering process in her own work. And the way that she talked about the life of a showgirl really indicates to me that the constructive criticism has been absolutely essential yet again at guiding and informing her artistry. She mentioned specifically in the New Heights interview that she loves to write a lot. She loves to write prolifically, but she wanted to really challenge herself and focus on quality and quality on the theme, which is why there are only 12 tracks on this record. I also thought it was really interesting how she referenced working with Max Martin again. She mentioned that they had both gone away and like become very different and the most evolved versions of themselves. So to come back and link up together after all this time, I think it was actually a great idea for them to be on pause for a while. They haven't worked together since 2017. I think that that has allowed them to explore different parts of their artistry and come back together and create something even more solid, even more bulletproof than 1989. And I mean, they're the main collaborators on this record. That's what the most direct comparison is going to be. Tracks is not many tracks at all. And she said there's no extra ones coming. She said every single song is essential. So what you're saying is it's front to back and period, point blank. And I am very fucking excited about that. She describes this album as like the end of the night and what was happening off stage at the Eras tour. And I think that the track list, which I'll get into in a full way at a later date, really reflects that journey through her inner life while she is being the diva and the Barbie on stage. There's no way you don't have a split sense of self when you are this superhuman robot Barbie on stage and then just like a normal person trying to physically bring your body through an incredible challenge night after night. The two tracks that I do want to kind of pontificate on a little bit are the opening tracks, which are The Fate of Ophelia and Elizabeth Taylor. I think this is an incredibly interesting parallel to draw. One of them, of course, is an iconic figure in literature. The other is an iconic figure in pop culture. I think there's an incredible contrast between Ophelia, who is like the tragic, silenced, damned woman whose fate was kind of controlled by the men around her, who's really merely just the character in someone else's story, versus Elizabeth Taylor, who is a glamorous, self-determined survivor. She had many, many breakups with many, many different kinds of men, and she was constantly criticized for being a relationship hopper, a bit of a man-eater. I think that Taylor can absolutely relate to kind of both sides of the coin there. The process of growing up, I think, for any young woman is the process of going from being a character in someone else's story into being the author of your own story. And I think that that's very, very insightful and unique to Taylor Swift's specific juncture that she's at right now. She mentioned in the interview at length talking about her master recordings, how it felt to finally be in control of those again. So that like Ophelia part of her life, I really believe, was her really not knowing what the fate of the most important thing in the world was going to be to her. And the Elizabeth Taylor of it all, well, she is the modern day Elizabeth Taylor. Ships are tracked and stalked and people care, and she's in and out of them, and it's drama and it's glamorous and it's flying them around the world. Like there's a lot to reflect on there, and having those two characters side by side is an incredible, interesting parallel, and it's really giving modern day elevated academic blank space. I think the key cover art is the most beautiful picture. It is so, so good. Face card never declines. And I mean, let's not even talk about the Sabrina Carpenter of it all. The fact that she's featured on the title track says to me that it's going to be a gag. Now we need to know, where's the single? Where is the damn single? Why do I think she didn't work with Jack Antonoff? Another main criticism was that her collaborations with both Aaron Dessner and Jack Antonoff had become rather stale. I think there might be criticism about her just going back and working with people she's already worked before. But when you're Taylor Swift and you're trying to make a bulletproof pop album, there aren't many producers that can achieve what Max Martin can achieve with his melodic math and Taylor's razor sharp lyrical sensibility. And he said something interesting to her when they reunited. He said, you have sharpened your pen in a way since Folklore. I want you to bring that to this. Whatever we do together, Life of a Showgirl, this bulletproof pop moment, let's elevate it. Let's make it bigger and better than what we did for 1989. And I'm so excited. What do you guys think?